How's it going? Brett Miller, High Country Harley-Davidson. This is Choppin' Ain't Easy. Today we're going to take a look at my 2019 Sport Glide. Check it out. I know a lot of people aren't all that excited about the Sport Glide, and probably why they don't make it anymore. But I knew there was a cool bike in here trying to get out. This one came into the dealership, didn't even have 3,000 miles on it, so I picked it up, built it up for my son-in-law. I'm gonna go over a few things that we did to make this bike a lot cooler than the way it came from Harley-Davidson. So let's start with the front end on this sucker. For those of you familiar with what a Sport Glide looks like, you probably remember that fairing. I guess it was supposed to look like a mini Batwing fairing or something, but it was unattractive. So we had this reproduction T-Sport fairing made by JT Custom and Fabrications out in California, and they'd actually told me they didn't make a kit for this particular bike. This was kind of a wildly unpopular bike, so apparently they just didn't take the time to do it. Also, it had a giant 7-inch front headlight. So I had the luxury of also owning a Lowrider S, so I took measurements off the two triple trees and everything seemed to be fine, and I told them that I would buy the headlight and bracket from a Lowrider S, and please send me a fairing for a Lowrider S, and it worked great. Bolted directly on there as long as you have the proper headlight and the little bracket the Harley makes to hold that headlight. We also have custom dynamics lights up front for your turn signals and your running lights, and use those on a lot of our bikes. I really like them a lot, and we'll get into a few more things we got going here. Next thing we're going to talk about is generally the very first thing that I do when working on one of these bikes, and that is the handlebars and risers. These risers are actually from Bung along with the handlebars, but the top clamp is a Harley-Davidson unit off of a Lowrider S, and that is also a Lowrider S Speedo and tack combo. I moved the speedometer off of the dash. We used a wiring kit from Gorilla Cables. They also helped us with this here. You can mount your cell phone where the Speedo used to be. They make all kinds of mounts for different types of cell phones, and it's rubber mounted. If you didn't want something like that, but you still wanted to move your Speedo up to the handlebars, if you can see how they drilled this in a particular pattern, you could put a Harley-Davidson points cover on there. Kind of a cool idea. There's about a gazillion of those things out there that you could choose from. The other thing that we did is I realized that this piece of the dash was the same as it is on a Fat Boy, so I put this chrome piece on. It had a plastic piece on there that wasn't even held down by screws. It was like held down with the magnet, so as you rode, it would bounce up and hit you. It was very strange. So I think that Fat Boy piece looks great on there. So the power plant in this particular motorcycle is a Milwaukee 8 107. We didn't go crazy on it, but we did include the Screaming Eagle 447 torque cam, the SNS air cleaner, fueling tappets that I put in every one of my motorcycles, and the Vance & Hines stainless steel, high output, compliant exhaust system. That exhaust system sounds amazing, and the whole package runs quite nicely. We also included some Thrashin mini floorboards. Some folks might remember that there were several years, this one included, in 2019, that no matter what color your Sport Glide was, you got flat black bags. I didn't care for that very much, so I ordered Lowrider ST bags, just the outside part, and installed those in the vivid black. Thought that looked a lot better. I also never cared for the Sport Glide rear fender. That is actually the fender off of a Lowrider S, and we did a custom dynamics integrated tail light with turn signals. Really like those units, along with the Drag Specialties lay down license plate. Thought that cleaned up the back end quite a bit, made it look like they probably should have made it look in the first place. You can also see the San Diego Customs Saddleman seat, and the crash bars are by Bung. One of the other things that people didn't really like about these motorcycles were the wheels on them. They were a flat black with silver accent, two-tone, and they just didn't look that great. And I was going to change the tires over to the Metzeler CruiseTecs, and I went ahead and had them powder-coated gloss black, and I think that completely changed the look of those wheels. Well, those are the major things that we changed on this 2019 Sport Glide. I hope you like it. I hope it gives you some ideas, but just so you know, a lot of people never liked the Sport Glide, but I could look at it and I could see the cool bike that was on the inside trying to get out. So bring us your bike. If you don't quite think it's where it's supposed to be, let us take a look at it and see if we can pull the cool bike out of your bike. Or you can get one of these bikes off the showroom floor, brand new, and we can make it just for you. So come see us at High Country Harley-Davidson in Frederick, Colorado. And just remember, trying to do this stuff yourself, chopping ain't easy. So come see us, like our channel, subscribe, share it with your friends, but most importantly, like I said, come see us here at High Country Harley-Davidson. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.